But I'm telling him like, oh, I'm better than him. I'm talking like I'm all in his face, like, man, I'm better than you. You feel me? And Slim hit me with the line like, Levee, I feel you, but you ain't putting enough work out here, little boy. So I never knew what that meant. Like I used to always be like, what the fuck he meant by that? Like you ain't putting enough work, Levee, you ain't putting enough work. He used to tell me that. Like and now that I'm at this age and I never had this conversation with him again, like he meant like I ain't had been through enough of stuff.
Right.
I didn't do enough of what he did. Like Slim was jacking, other street shit and everything. Like he was basically really out there with the savages. Like he was out there with Meatball, Sam Scully, and all of them.
I knew that. Damn.
You feel me?
Damn, let's talk about that, bro. You said Meatball, Sam Scully. Just give him a briefing on who that is.
Oh man, that's basically the Michael Jordans of the streets in New Orleans. They gonna do the elite at murdering and hustling and doing just any and everything.
That's major right there. Well, I was thinking about doing a project on them niggas too. I know I had to get a lot of shit clear, but yeah. I mean, you talk about all this American
basically like Glenn Mixon shit like that. Like I'm a young boy compared to the Glenn Mix area. Like I was on the porch still, but Slim was out there and able to meet Glenn Mix and be in the mix of all that. Of gangsta and all of them. Like I come from the gangsta era. Because gangsta basically stayed in the next building from me. Like basically I was
tell me who's gangsta.
That's gangsta. It's basically like a landlord in the Magnolia, Terrence Williams. He got life in 20. Basically, some of y'all might know him as Baby Brother.
So I was just watching that nigga.
He's one of the original hot boys. I can say that. Like when some people like out of the states and all of that, people be like, "Oh man, I grew up wanting to be a hot boy." Like nah, like I really grew up wanting to be a real hot boy, and I ain't talking like no discredit them. I ain't talking about like the Juvenile, BG, or Turk them. I wanted to be like Killer Stone, Gangsta, Dooney, Sterling, one of them. That's the hot boys we talking about when we from New Orleans. Like, I want to be a hot boy. Like, I want to be like Gangsta. I want to be like Elton. You feel me? Slim come from the Magnolia Projects, CJP.
Let's talk about some of the...
Either you could say Parkway 2.
Yep. Let's talk about some of the people. Let's talk about some of the people he shared the project with. As far as some of the major motherfuckers that went international with music.
Basically, Juvenile. That was his.
What about 6 Shot though? 6 Shot.
6 Shot was basically that's Slim himself. Like that's basically like they basically like came in this shit together and went out together. You feel me? Like that wasn't considered competition. 6 Shot was always running with Soulja Slim, or either Soulja Slim was always running with 6 Shot. Cause you can't define them two with their relationship. Like just cause Slim got a a household name, don't mean that 6 Shot ain't Soulja Slim. You feel me? With them you got to basically treat them equal.
What about Slim and BG?
Slim and BG, basically they developed their friendship because they know what it's like to be on a major label and get screwed.
Gotcha. I know Slim said on an interview he had knew BG since elementary school.
Yeah,
so they've been on each other.
See, they older than me, so I don't know that part.
Okay, gotcha.
I just know all I can do is base all my information off of what Slim told me or me being around them. You feel me?
Was 6 Shot on Cash Money?
6 Shot actually was supposed to be. No, he never signed the Cash Money. 6 Shot was supposed to actually be on a song, on one of BG's songs for a feature. I think the song is on. I can't remember the name of the song, but on the lyric you can hear BG say 6 Shot, pass me that 6 Shot.
Yeah.
And then he actually laid the verse and everything, but in that time I think Cash Money was still local and it was doing the bounce check thing, like write your check and it bounce on you when you leave, when you go try to cash it, you feel me?
Say Brian, all the people that Slim was in the Magnolia, most of the people from the Magnolia ended up going to Cash Money. So Slim being from the Magnolia, why didn't that happen for Slim? Why didn't Slim go to Cash Money? Why no Lemon?
Because like we had.
You think it had anything to do with KLC and following KLC?
No, I think it was just because Slim being locked up. The project have like Juvenile ran with OGs, like ran with an older crowd. So he really was like, he was what they call that when you're molding somebody. Basically, he was molded by people like Yogi and my Uncle Zonim. Like, they was hustlers from the old side. Of course, he gonna stick with his side, and the new side is just basically get it how you live. Like, they jacking, they robbing, is hustling. Fuck it, we gonna go ride somewhere else and do something, come back. And for the old for basically versing Juvenile, Juvenile and them ain't want that type of crowd around them. Because they had their situation already set up. For Red Street was basically like, you come in to get a haircut, buy some weed, and get whatever you want to get or whatever. And that's it. Like, you gonna go ahead and leave from over here.
Right.
They basically they already like they little island. Like we ain't running from no trouble and we ain't scared of nothing.
Right.
But you ain't gonna come over here and fuck this up what we got. You know, that was before, and I think Slow Motion was set up for him to. Juvenile didn't even want Slow Motion was actually a Slim song before it was Juvenile featured on it. Juve didn't even want to put that out on that Cash Money album neither. But
but that song helped him push that album like a motherfucker.
Yeah, Slim forced, like Slim was like on Juve, like, man, put this on. Juve wanted to hold that for himself, like on this project, because you know that was his exit album from Cash Money.
Right.
That was after the lawsuit and everything.
That's kind of crazy, huh?
No, that's what Juve was telling.
The song, right?
Huh?
Slim wrote the song, didn't he?
Yeah, Slim wrote the song,
Okay.
but Juve did his verse or whatever. You know, he wrote his verse or whatever.
But you had paid for it or something? Or he just gave it to him?
No, he just gave it to him.
Okay.
It was just on some. Yeah,
Gotcha.
I'll tell you that
Gotcha.
off camera.
And that's who Slim Miller too. Huh? Just that type of nigga to do it. Because I'm pretty sure it's going on your
stuff.
album is gonna blow me up. So
We'll
because the
talk
song,
about that.
yeah, gotcha.
But Slim gave the song to Juve. Juve was basically gonna hold it for his Rap A Lot project.
Gotcha.
Cause I think Know Your Clap came out after the Slow Motion thing came out. I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, because that was
already.
Juve was going to Rap A Lot then. So Juve actually wanted the whole Slow Motion thing to get over to Rap A Lot because that was his exit album from Cash Money. But that shit blew up on Cash Money.
Yeah. He definitely would have took that and did some of that at Rap A Lot as far as a career in the lane with that song.
And more, it would have been more money for them in their pocket versus with the Cash Money, paperwork, and all of that. With Juve, the rhyming dictionary. Like he wasn't.
Dictionary, what's that?
That's basically like, you know, like it's a dictionary. Like say you end the rap with "and," you could look up "and" and see what word you could rhyme with that word.
Okay, damn, bro.
Yeah, because when he first started rapping, you know, he was just a kid, you feel me? So he all over the place, you feel me?
Yeah, and then he's doing his thing now, huh?
But Juve actually gave me the same one that I gave him. The same rhyming dictionary, because Juve the first person that put me on that bitch, because you know Juve rhyming the pattern. Like Juve be like, burglar, heard of you, such a nerd in my, you know his rhyming pattern.
Right.
So he used to run into like on brick walls sometimes, and he'd have writer blocks, and he'd pull that out and be like, look, I found something to go with that line. And then that he just upped his vocabulary and stuff like that. So one day I saw him, he looking at it, so I started using it too. And he actually gave it to me because he saw I liked it or whatever, you feel me? So I wound up having it. And I saw Dino trying to rap it, so I just passed it down, you feel me? But you know, No Limit kind of put a little cap on some things for Wise's talent, but they also, P cut the check. You can't lie that P ain't have nobody starving. And I think Slim gripe with Master P wasn't that P didn't pay him. It was that P didn't pay him after paying him. Like versus say like you got artists like who unknown. Say I'ma just say I don't wanna say no names. I'ma just say an artist who don't even rap, that's just Kent the Master P, and he put their album out. P buying albums back then or whatever and giving them out in the trunk, washing his money. But after he sold that album, all he did was give him a house and a car. But if that album really sold, that means P got the publishing, the rights, all that to that. And P branded his No Limit thing to where he had everybody in the world, what they call it, hypnotized to buy his albums. So he actually really made this money 9 times off of one artist. And versus you got to look at Soulja Slim looking at like, oh yeah, P took care of me. I got the house and the truck. I'm good this first album. But the second time, Slim looking like, hold up. like motherfuckers really bought my album because of me. Like I'm really moving units. Like I'm really moving more than $250,000. Like this just a corner house. I'm really almost going gold. Like you got to pay me some more after that. Like what on royalty? Now Slim like, damn, I don't get no royalty. I don't get this here.
You see, that's where
now that's where his gripe came in at. Like I'm really moving units. I ain't like I ain't like your cousin who nobody don't know and you just bought it and they just bought it just because there's no limit stamped.
But when Slim left Koch, what direction he was going in as far as a record label? He was strictly sticking with
Slim was sticking with Cutro Committee, but Koch. That's what I wanted to explain to you. Like when Slim got the 250 deal, that was what for I paid for it or whatever. The next project was gonna be he went from getting a single deal to a company deal now because I paid for a deal so good. Like basically that was 250 that they gave him up front, but he made that back 3 times without paying for it. So now it's like the ball was in his court. Like oh man, let's get it. Like, let's do a label deal. So with the label deal, Koch was working out some numbers with the label deal or whatever, but Slim gave a proposition to Hot Boy Turk to sign with Cutro Committee, and that would have made Koch bring more money to the table. But
so Slim was smart. He was a good fucking businessman, right?
Slim was a good businessman. He know numbers. You feel me? So basically, he was like basically that's how he came about with that's how his situation with the guy Keno's situation with Hot Boy Turk, because they wound up signing their own deal or whatever, and the numbers was lowballed for their situation. The number was lower than what they would have got versus if they would have went in as Cutro Committee.
Right, a team all together and shit.
Yeah, all together versus single deals and stuff like that. And you know, Slim and Keno had their little falling out or whatever. And